What's going on, guys? I'm going to show you guys how to use Camera Raw filter. This is one of the most important tools that you can use to enhance your graphics. So first, you're going to want to go to filter. You hit Camera Raw filter. So when you have your graphic or your athlete in place, first you're going to want to turn up the contrast. Now, this will always vary depending on your graphic and what you're working with, but for me personally, I like to have a lot of vibrant colors, so I always like to turn up contrast. I would not go past like 20 unless like the photo is really desaturated. Next, you're going to want to lower the highlights, right? Because we don't want the light that shines onto the main part of the character to be that bright. So we want to turn down highlights. If you want as well, you can click this button right here, and what it does is it shows the photo without adjustments on the left, and as you're adjusting the photo on the right. So for the shadows, what you're going to want to do is turn it up, because say you have a lot of shadows on, let's say you're working on a baseball player, they're wearing a baseball cap, right? There's going to be a lot of shadow that might go onto their face, especially the upper part of their face because of the hat. So what you want to do is, depending on how much shadow there is, you might want to turn it even higher for the shadows, because what you're doing is you're getting rid of that darkness from the shadow on their face. Now on, LeBron James here, there's not a lot of shadow, so we don't have to go too high. We can go like 25, but let's say it's a baseball cap, right? You might want to go 40 or 50. Like I said, it all varies, so you want to play with these adjustments, but these are the general directions that they should go to enhance the Camera Raw filter. So for the whites, you're also going to want to turn it down. Right, we don't want them to be too shiny, so we kind of want to go down here. Like I said, it always varies. I'm gonna go like 36 for LeBron James, because there's not a lot going on. Now blacks, that's like one of the most important, because what it does is it gives a lot of depth. So I always like to go downwards with black. I'm gonna go like 40, because what it does is it's gonna enhance these shadows right here. So if I keep it at like 40 to 50, it should be pretty good. And these shadows are super important because it just, like I said, it gives depth to the athlete and makes them just pop out even more. Right, so I'm gonna up saturation. Like I said, I love color in my graphics just to give it more pop. I wouldn't touch temperature or tint unless you're working on a graphic that, maybe the background's blue, maybe you want it to be more blue, give it that cooler look, or you want that warmer look. Tint, I really wouldn't worry about tint. Now effects, this is what gives it that crisper look, right? So we're gonna want to up texture. You don't want to go too high with texture clarity. You only want to do this unless your photo is of high quality, because if it is low quality, then it can just destroy the photo, right? So as we up this, you can start to see the sweat more on his arm. Like you can see it here, but I feel like it pops more with the clarity and the texture. It gives it depth, right? And that's the whole point of Camera Raw. You want to create depth. You want to create a lot of color. Now with dehaze, I wouldn't go too crazy with dehaze. I usually go around like 7, right? Dehaze, I would use more, if you're working on just a single photo. It's not a setting that you need to really worry about. Texture and clarity is the most important part of effects. Highlights, lights, darks, and shadows of curve, I wouldn't really mess with this. If you're gonna add curve, add it from the panel below down here. Color mixer, I wouldn't really mess with this. A lot of these settings like curves, like the color mixer and color grading, you can just add certain elements of this in afterwards, because sometimes you can't access the Camera Raw filter here. Sometimes it will pop up on the layer, and sometimes it doesn't, which is what happens with my Photoshop a lot. I don't know why. And this is another really important setting in detail. I wouldn't really mess with noise reduction and color noise too much, but you definitely want to mess with sharpening. I usually, depending on the quality of the photo, around 27. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm gonna have a series coming out soon called Process Of, which is going to go more in depth on how to actually make a graphic. I'm also going to have more tutorials coming out soon talking about how to enhance, a photo like this even further besides Camera Raw filter. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.